Prism 16x is a pack that I use a lot on my videos, streams, and just in general. I think it's one of the better packs that have come out into Hypixel and just Minecraft in general. And in today's video, I'm going to be ranking every single color of Prism, and there are 20 colors, and yes, I had to download in every single one of them individually. This is going to be a long video, but let me explain how I'm going to rank each one of them. Each one will get 2 classic games worth of screen time, and I'm going to share my thoughts and ideas on these and rank each one from S to F on video. So with that out of the way, let's begin the video. Starting off with Default Prism. This is basically like the Prism texture pack, but nothing has been modified about it, which I think is kind of good. I think the non-modified Prism is honestly one of the better looking ones, but it gets overshadowed immediately by all its other color variants because, you know, everyone's not going for basic, they're going for the most colorful, the most quirky, the most unique, stuff like that. So I would have to say that Default Prism gets probably, I would say, a solid B tier for me. It's not terrible, but, you know, it's just the basic texture pack, you know, nothing crazy, nothing special, just, you know, basic textures. Going ahead and switching to Jade here, you can see that the hearts and everything have changed, and the color of the fishing rod has changed as well, alongside with the color of the bowstrings. I believe this is what it does with every single pack, but basically there are different pack types and everything that come along with Prism, and this is just one of them. So everything, like the different Minecraft textures, like the fire and the bow and everything, are Jade, which is I believe, a type of turquoise. I'm not really sure. I kind of vibe with this pack. It reminds me of a kind of turquoise-ish. However, I'm going to have to give it just a B. Turquoise in general is not my favorite color, and this is just kind of an emeraldy turquoise to me, and it's okay. Like, I mean, it's up there in terms of, like, the better packs. Like, there's obviously going to be some packs that I'm going to hate more than others, but this just really ain't it, Chief, for me. Alright, here we are with purple right here. Purple, once again, changes the rod, changes the bow. It's going to be a common theme with everything here. It'll also change the diamond swords and everything to, like, the purple color. Honestly, overall with this one, it looks pretty good. It really reminds me of royalty, you know, like the royalty purple. But overall, I have to say, purple gets an A tier for me. It looks really good, not at the quality of S tier, but it's still really, really good. Switching things up here, looking at orange. This reminds me of 2 things. 1, the Tennessee Vols, and 2, a very ripe, plump pumpkin. It's ironic this guy has pumpkin on his thing because it is kind of ironic a little bit how he has pumpkin, but this very much reminds me of pumpkin and stuff, but it's not really my favorite. It comes in to me as kind of like a fall color. It's not really something I could see a lot of people using on the regular, but yeah, still pretty good, however, just not it for me. I'm going to go ahead and give this the seal rating of a C tier, which is kind of ironic because oranges give you vitamin C, orange. Alright, yeah, moving on to the next color, we have peach. And right off the bat, this one isn't looking too good. It's okay, it looks decent. It doesn't even really remind me of the peach color. It looks more of like a faded pink, in my opinion. Which I think there's a pink in this texture pack, so we'll get a chance to see what a pink looks like. But overall, I can go ahead and confidently say what my rating is after I finish this fight. And once again, really quickly, I want to show, it does show everything in here with the color background and everything. But overall, I can go ahead and confidently say Peach is gonna be another C tier. It's just not my favorite, and I don't see many people using this texture pack either. And now we have Lilac. Okay, so this one, it reminds me of that. I can't think of the name of that flower, but I might put it in the edit. I'm not sure if I can find the name of it, but it looks like that kind of flower. And to be quite frankly honest, it's all right. It's a good color. I'll say I'll give it a solid B tier, but I can't really give it much higher than that. It's just okay. Now taking a look at black and white, this really just reminds me of the default texture pack, to be honest. Little more gray, however, I could see the majority of the community using this texture pack as a whole because of its just basicness and simpleness. You don't have to like sacrifice much. And yep, that's insane how I lost to him. But yeah, I could just see a lot of people who are basic using this texture pack, which is why I am obligated to give it a B. I can't really give it anything much higher than a B just because of its basicness like default. However, I would just say it's a little bit of a better default in a way, or a little bit, not a little bit better, a little bit worse of a default. I mean, if you get what I mean. So yeah. Taking a dip into indigo here, this is similar to a blue. There's a lot of blues on this list, but indigo is the first one that we're looking at. I gotta say, indigo looks pretty clean. However, it's not my favorite blue. Oh, hi. This person recognizes me as a YouTuber, but, you know, it's not one of my favorite blues. Never has been in real life or in game. However, it's not a bad option in terms of how good it does kind of look. Like, I was shooting the bow right here. I'm just gonna kind of leave him alone. But yeah, you see my hunger bar and everything. It's blue. I would say it's one of the better blues in my opinion, but it's not one of the more solid ones in this one. And that's why, in my opinion, come over here, I can't really give this thing. I can give it an A. A respectable A sounds good on this list. It's passable, but I like some other blues. So yeah, indigo, you get an A. Alright, so we're taking up the actual blue, looking at it, and this is the only one in the texture pack list so far that I've seen that has no blue text on it, like Lucy's green, Lucy's blue, whatever. But anyways, this is the only one that doesn't have it, and it looks really good as well. I'm gonna say that this is one of the other good-looking blues on the list, and I have to say that this is going to be a solid A-tier blue. It looks really good, in my opinion. Taking a look at green here, it actually looks really good. It's more of a lighter green, not a darker one, which is honestly a lot cooler in my opinion. I don't really like darker greens, but you know, that's just subjective to me. You might be different. But this honestly would be one of the ones that I would consider rocking on a Hypixel because, you know, it just looks really good. It's like a grassy green, summer liveliness. I want to see if I can get this bow shot right here. But, you know, awesome green. This might actually unironically be one of the first S tiers on the list. This is going to be an S tier right here. So, yeah, first S tier, green. Taking a look at light blue here, this really reminds me of a Ford Thunderbird, and honestly, I like the Thunderbirds. They're kind of cool. It also kind of reminds me of ocean color as well. This one, actually, I'm unironically probably going to have to give this one an S as well, just because I really like the light blue of this one. The blue looks good. All the blues in this pack look really good, but the light blue takes the first S for the blue. Taking a break from the blues for a second, we're going to look at red. Now, the red in this pack, to me, it's not what I prefer. It reminds me of like a red from a gaming chair, from like a DX Racer red. And honestly, to me, I don't care for that kind of red on anything that I would use. And to me, this just isn't one of those things that screams like what I would like. And I usually don't like a lot of reds and stuff, so yeah, I can't really give this thing any higher than a B, which is a hard ways to fall because the blues are winning in this pack, but the red, not so much. Taking a look at pink in this pack, and to be honest, I'm kind of disappointed. I figured this would be a way hotter pink than what it is, and I'm not really all that happy. It looks like more of a rose pink, which is surprising because rose is in this pack as well, and I'm surprised that this isn't what rose looks like already. But this just really reminds me of rose. but this yellow is definitely going to do the job. It kind of really looks like pea yellow, but yeah, solid A tier. And hey, that's the last part of the pack. Holy crap, 20 different texture packs under Prism. That is kind of crazy. If there are any other texture packs that you want me to leave ratings for, don't hesitate. Leave a comment down below. I will download 100 different texture packs if I have to, just to rate them. Anyways, if you do think that these are all opinions are fact, no, they are not. These are all my opinions, and these are all subjective. These are just all my personal taste, and where I think most of these fall on the S to F scale, where none of them were D or F. A couple of them were C, a couple of them were B, a lot of A's, and a couple of S tiers. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.